Good morning, everyone. This is a Pill Method Club, and this is how to pay off mortgages.
Would you eat this apple?
Uh-oh, sorry about that.
How about this one?
We don't want to eat the apple. Can you believe that? All right, folks. Listen, this is Don Daniel. I'm founder of Pill Method International, a better way to eliminate debt. And we are going to be talking about how to pay off mortgages and other debt in an average of 7 years. But right now, we have a special going on, the 10K giveaway. The 10K giveaway. And we're going to be giving away to our next 10 clients. Our next 10 clients will get $1,000 off of their lifetime program. And listen, you want to take advantage of this right now. Our average client saves about $150,000 in interest they will never have to pay. Our lifetime clients will never have to pay for upgrades. Their program is theirs forever, and we don't charge any additional fees on that. And so anytime we upgrade the program, guess what, Kenyatta? We don't charge for updating the program. You don't pay for updates, not with the Pill Method. And so you'll have a lifetime of customer service provided. And that is 800 number. That is not by, leave a message and we call you back. You call the number between the hours of the time that we're open. Okay, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. You get somebody on the other line to help you. That's what we're doing for you. All right, Kenyatta, how are you this morning?
I am grand. Hello, everyone. My name is Kenyatta. You can find me at kenyatta10k.com. I'm actually very passionate about helping you start your real estate journey, whether that's helping you to find a property, finance that property, cancel the interest on that property to get you and get another property. Perhaps you own a business and you're feeling the angst because of what's going on with the inflation. I can assist you with that as well with the capital injection, or to help you set up your business so that you can be able to take advantage of the loans while the getting is good.
All right, Miss Kenyatta, thank you so much for being here this morning. Listen, folks, we are going to be able to get into this thing a little deeper. But right now, if you could just share the room for me, please, because that's what, I don't know, they changed the algorithm and the messages don't go out unless we share the room. So I've just shared the room. So why don't you go ahead and do the same for me? Let's get the information out there. And guess while we are talking about the 10K giveaway, we're also going to be talking about the fact that I keep hearing, no matter what I say, I keep hearing in these rooms that the lower interest rates are the best interest rates. I keep hearing that, go ahead and get your, go ahead and purchase now, because it's always the best time to purchase real estate is now. Okay. And then when the interest rates get better, you can refi. I'm telling you right now, that is a fallacy that everyone believes. Everyone believes that. But I'm trying to tell you here, folks, we're going to prove to you today that if you have a particular mortgage at a higher interest rate, when you refinance and lower the interest rate, you are making it harder to save money and to pay off the loan early. You're making it harder. Listen, we're going to show you the numbers. Okay. Refinancing is a fallacy. Okay. In fact, that's what we call it. Refinance fantasy. Refinance fantasy, because you think you're helping yourself because everyone is doing it. We think that if I could go from a 6.5 interest rate, 6.5% interest rate down to a 3.5, that somehow that's better. Folks, that's only better if you plan to make all of the payments under the terms of that contract. So if you have a 30-year loan, the only way that a lower interest rate is better than a higher one is if you plan to make all 360 payments. If you don't plan to make all 360 payments, I guarantee you that you're going to save money and pay the loan off faster and easier at the higher interest rate. Oh, and by the way, folks, don't try to get less than a 30-year mortgage. If you can get a 40, get it. I'm going to show you some things that your loan officer won't tell you. And it's not because your loan officer is withholding information. It is because your loan officer doesn't know. And we're going to be going over some of these things today. And listen, we're starting to train loan officers on how loans actually work. So, folks, listen, go ahead and continue to share this room. Let's get some people in here so that they will be able to see not only that the lower interest rates are not the best ones. Oh my goodness. I keep hearing it, Kenyatta. I keep hearing even people who have been into my room, they get into that mindset that the lower interest rates are better ones. Let me tell you, folks, is anybody in here that has ever rented? Is anybody in here that has ever rented? I need you to put a number one in the chat if you've ever rented an apartment or a house. Okay, put a number one in the chat if you've ever rented an apartment or a house. All right, let me see that. Go ahead to the chat. Let's put something. Okay, all right, Miss Felicia. All right, so she's rented. So let me tell you, do I have? Okay, we have some people online that have done the same. So Kenyatta, while I'm getting these people online, and they're seeing what's going on, we have some people um, on our. Let's see where this is from. Not from Facebook. Oh, okay. This is from YouTube. All right. So listen. So people have rented. They have rented before. All right. Does anybody want to come to the stage and help me to raise their hand, come up on stage, and so we can talk a little bit because I want to be able to talk about this because
You guys, let me just let you know, Don love examples, right? And no time.
Started another company with Ramon Ray. He's our partner in this initiative, and Adam Smith. We are working diligently behind the scenes with everything else that we got going on.
okay, what happened? What happened here? There we go.
Family, so they'll know that this is actually real and people are taking advantage of the pill method. Okay, Don, back to you.
All right, thank you very much. I don't know what happened. We just lost us online. But anyway, folks, we're not only going to be
Okay,
talking about
he
that today.
probably is on mute. But
Oh, there we
until
go. There we go.
okay,
What else? We're also going to be talking about the best type of mortgages, the best type of mortgages today. And the best type of loan period, the best type of loan period is one you can get at 0% interest. I've never seen a mortgage at 0% interest. Have you, Kenyatta?
I have not.
Okay, I've never seen it, but if you could get that, that would be
I've seen
best.
50 though.
Okay.
Don, I meant to tell you. I seen 50.
50 what?
50 years.
You've seen a 50-year mortgage?
Yes.
Listen, I would jump on that all day. 50-year mortgages. Do you know that if a person with my program is going to pay off their mortgage in 7 years, a 50-year mortgage pays off in 7 years? A 40-year mortgage pays off in 7 years. A 30-year mortgage pays off in 7 years. And so why? And every time you lower the term, your payment gets higher, and it takes more out of your budget. So if you want to be able to manage how loans actually work, and I'll be able to show you here in just a few minutes. If you want to manage how your loan actually works better, with a higher term of a 30, a 40, or 50, and higher interest rates, of 4, 5, or 6. You want to stay tuned to this. And how are people going to be able to see this online if they also want to see what's going on? Okay. How are we going to see that?
You're going to go to ice10kvideos.com. We really recommend that you use another device for this, maybe a tablet, laptop, desktop, so that you can still stay on Clubhouse as well whenever possible. But once you go to ice10kvideos.com, you'll be inside of YouTube where you can like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, share this information.
All right, so listen, we're building it up, folks. We're building it up. Okay, we got 14 people in here now, and I think people are seeing out in the hallway that we are doing a 10K giveaway, and one person has taken advantage of it already. So we have $9,000 left to give away before the 18th. All right, so we're giving that away to people who become a client for our lifetime program. Okay, and our programs are lifetime. All right, our programs are lifetime. We don't have anything less than that, because your financial education should be for a lifetime. And we're going to be teaching you some
True.
things that no one else will teach you, that is not being taught anywhere else on the face of the earth. This information is disruptive. Our technology is disruptive. And we have Miss Vernita in the building. How are you, ma'am?
Hey, Don. Hey, Kenyatta. Bernita Adele tapping
Good
in.
morning.
Grand Rising. Always grateful to be here. I was just sharing out the room. Always got to say, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm glad I was able to tap in this week. It has been lots happening IRL, but I just wanted to always affirm this is really is one of the rooms that I revere as having the best information on and off this app. Don is wholeheartedly a revolutionary for anyone I haven't met. My name is Bernita Adele. I am an anti-racism strategist. I believe in Black people thriving, and I am working on becoming debt free. So I always appreciate everything that Don has to offer. Be sure to tap in with the P.I.L.L method. You will not be disappointed. Bernita, unapologetically Black and done speaking. I'm hanging out.
All right. Thank you, Miss Vernita. Listen, folks, this information is so powerful. It is so revolutionary that it is getting out to celebrities. And we have a few celebrity endorsements already. If you go to um, my website, you will find videos there where you have members of who are Grammy Award winners, okay, members of Take Six, Grammy Award winners who are on this program. All right, they own this program, and we have our latest celebrity endorsement coming from E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher. But let me tell you something, folks. I was able to about a month ago give ET a signed copy of my book. Now, why is that important to talk about? It's important to talk about because I didn't even read a book all the way through. My first book I read from cover to cover was at 46 years of age. I found out that I was ADD. Took a test and found out I was ADD. And then with that, I'm also on the Asperger's. Um, all right. Somebody, let Sean said he's not seeing the room. Oh, you know what? I wonder if we're being shadow banned. Huh. All right. I wonder if we're being shadow banned because of the title we have. Hold on, folks. Let me do something here. All right. So we need to start pinging some people in. All right. All right. And There we go. Hey, Sean, you're not seeing this out in the hallway?
No, I was scrolling up and down, I couldn't find it. But just as you pinged me in, I saw it from my other phone, but we're all good now.
Okay, all right. So it is in the
Let
hallway.
me, yeah, let me change my PTR to support you, my brother.
All right.
Also, if anyone on stage or in the audience want to get one of those PTR like Don, just text me a profile picture and text me the word the pill method. That's it. Back to you, Don.
All right, I want to make sure. Is anybody else having trouble seeing our room in the hallway? Because that's going to be a problem because we want this word to get out. Okay, so we got three things to talk about today: the 10K giveaway. All right. Also, why interest rates are being taught to us incorrectly, and we're going to be talking about interest only loans. Okay, so if the best mortgage is a 0% mortgage and you can't get that, guess what the second best mortgage would be? Interest only. And a mortgage where you can pay interest only. But I want to teach this correctly. It is not that you can only pay interest only. You have the option to pay interest only. And I'm going to tell you why that puts you in the driver's seat. So if you really want to understand interest only loans and why investors use them and how we're going to teach it correctly, that because you can pay interest only, I'm going to show you how you can take advantage of that and pay the least amount of interest possible on a loan. And listen, we're going to be getting into some really, really good information here. But folks, I want to tell you a little bit about this book. I'm going to put it back on here. Now, the reason why I'm talking about the book is that out of 33 million titles, on Amazon, there's only one book that talks about what we're going to be talking about today that teaches this. And because of this, it is a miracle in and of itself because I didn't even read a book until I was 46, all the way through until I was 46 years of age. Because of being ADD, because that I have Asperger's, we have turned all of that into superpowers to find out that when I look at an amortization schedule, I see things in patterns. Some people think that I'm super duper when it comes to math. No, it's not about the math. It's about the patterns. I see the patterns and I'm able to share that with you. Folks, let me tell you something. I was able to give a copy of my book to E.T. the hip hop preacher, who gave us a celebrity endorsement just a little over a month ago. And I need you to hear it and see it right now. And then we're going to dive in.
Listen to me, y'all. But one of his mentees took us through one of their programs, and I paid off my mortgage. But guess what happened? My marriage went to a whole nother level. And you know why? Because my wife is a security freak. And even when I blew up, my wife would be like, oh, you blew up, but how long is you gonna keep making this kind of money? I was like, I don't know, forever. She's like, you sure? Because I'm gonna keep my license as a nurse just in case you don't. So when I paid the house off, my boy was like, you ain't gotta do that, you can do this. But when I paid the house off using that program, it took the stress level all the way down for my wife because we no longer had a mortgage. Does that make sense? That thing that was coming every month, that was getting on her nerves, we didn't have that no more. And so she was at rest.
Sean 10K, are you in the building? Sean 10K, are you in the building? Because we need you to introduce yourself.
Sean 10K is trying to find his damn PTR picture for pill method.
Listen, man, don't worry about that right now. Fix it later. Introduce yourself, man.
Hey, good day, guys. How are you? I'm the king of the PTR profiles. If you guys need a profile picture, just check out the king of the PTR profile. Hey, guys, look, founder and CEO of 10K Cards, the digital business card, bar none, the number one digital business card on Clubhouse. Why am I so excited about it? Is because it's the best way for you to promote yourself. Put your website, your email, phone number, your social media links. And exactly what you see Dawn has been doing in these rooms from day one, which is constructing his room, navigating it using his 10K card. He made a decision where each and every one of his members must have one of those. So if you purchase one of Don's book or you're part of his program, he wants you to have a 10K card as well, guys. So he put systems in place that if you purchase a copy of his book, just text me a copy of your receipt. We'll take it from there, or follow the link at the top, and it will tell you claim your book. So the reality of the situation is, don't get your hands on something good and keep it a secret. Share it with the world. Share it with your loved ones. Share it with your friends. Heck, I would even share it with my enemies, just so we can break that war and become friends. With that said, Captain Vaughn, back to you.
All right, folks, listen, I need you to share this out into the hallway. I need you to share it out into the hallway because more people need to see this. We have people online, we have people in the building. I'm going to show you right now. All right, we're going to put an amortization schedule on the screen right now, and I'm going to show you what's going on with these interest rates, where the people who are real estate investors are under the impression that a lower interest rate is a better interest rate. And not only that, but people are teaching those who have great systems, okay, and they are coaches. They have a dinosaur left over in their product, and one of those things, one of that dinosaur is the old idea, the old paradigm of how mortgages actually work and what interest rates actually do to a loan, and under the impression that a lower interest rate is a better one. In fact, they're telling people right now that go ahead and purchase. You can make money in real estate right now. And for some reason, what they're saying is, in years to come, the interest rates will go down and you can refinance to that lower interest rate. And I'm here to tell you, I'm going on record and saying, don't do it. Don't do it. You don't need to refinance to a lower interest rate to save money. I'm going to show you how to take advantage of a higher interest rate, and you will be able to rip up that loan. You'll be able to get your equity 5 to 7 times faster. You'll be able to cash out refi 7 to 10 years sooner because of the higher interest rate. You slow the process down with a lower interest rate. I'm going to put that. So if you want to see what we're talking about, if you want to see this, if you want to understand what I'm talking about, folks, go ahead and Miss Kenyatta will tell you how you can see this example.
Go to ICE 10K videos with an S.com. It'll allow you to go to YouTube. Again, that's ICE10Kvideos.com. And while you're there, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, share. Share it on your Facebook page, share it on Twitter, share it everywhere because we want this information to get out.
All right, folks, what I have on the screen now is a $350,000 mortgage, $350,000 at 6% interest. In fact, you know what, Kenyatta, I heard that the interest rates have actually risen to around 6.25. So I'm going to change that, 6.25. Okay, 6.25. And here is a $350,000 mortgage at 6.25. First thing I want you all to notice is the payment. The payment is $2,155. That's the first thing I want you to notice. $2,155. People will hear a high, or what they assume is a high interest rate, and then balk. They will never go a step further because it's a high interest rate. Do you know there are people out there that are saying, wait until the interest rates go down? And I'm going to say, why? Because a $350,000 house could be as much as 3 or 4 bedrooms, 3 to 4 bathrooms.
And you know what else, Don? Strategically.
Talk to me.
Strategically, because everybody mostly have that mindset, you have the pick of the litter because everybody is scared. Everybody is fearful. That's when you should be courageous. That's when you should be buying up everything, understanding that it's going to change. The tide is going to change. And so right now is when you're supposed to be excited about the marketplace. You're supposed to be buying up everything you can, understanding that it will change.
Listen, you know what she just said, folks? You know what she just said? Because people have looked at interest rates the traditional way, when the interest rates get higher, the competition goes down in buying these properties. That's what she's trying to tell you. If you want less competition, buy when the interest rates are higher, and then I will show you how to take advantage of those higher interest rates. Go ahead and start sharing this room. Start pinging your friends in. If you know a real estate investor, they need to be in here right now. So start pinging those folks in, folks. Let's start sharing it out into the hallway so that they can see what we're talking about, how you can make money most definitely at the higher interest rate. In fact, that's where you want to be. So let's take a look at this. In most cities, especially here in Huntsville, Alabama, okay? And I don't know where you live, but if you can get a 3 or 4 bedroom home somewhere between 2,500 and 3,500 square feet, okay? Between 2,500 and 3,500 square feet. And listen, and pay less than $2,100 rent, you're fortunate. You're fortunate. So in most places I know, you're going to pay more than this than rent. So even at 6.25%, the payment is $2,155. So if you're going to pay more than that, then if you're going to pay more in rent than that, then why is everybody so taken aback at the higher interest rates? Because they didn't do the math. They have to, we want to show you the numbers. Now, here is what we're talking about. First of all, the numbers that that real estate agents talk about, the numbers that loan offers talk about are directly related to the term. What does that mean? The term on this loan is 30 years. It's 360 months. My question to you all in the building right now, if you're in the building right now, my question to you is, do you have to keep the loan for 30 years? Okay. If you know you don't have to keep the loan for 30 years, put some number 9s in the chat for me. Put number 9s in the chat for me. If you know you don't have to keep the loan for 30 years, put number 9. There you go. They're coming in. Put a number 9 in the chat. If you know you don't have to keep the loan for 30 years, you can keep it for less than 30 years. I'm going to show you why. But the numbers that the bank uses to sell a loan, they're giving you the numbers based on 30 years. So here's the thing. If you have a $350,000 mortgage at 6.25%, the total interest on this for 30 years is $425,803.60. That's for 30 years. And so that's how you have to first look at it. But what if you keep it for less than 30 years? Will you have to pay $425,000 in interest? Let me ask you, if you rent a car for a month, okay? If you rent a car for a month, they're going to tell you how much the rental is going to be for a month. So my question is, if you turn that car in after 2 weeks, can they legally charge you for the month if you turn it in after 2 weeks? Do you want to pay for a month if you turn the car in for 2 weeks? If tell me your answer to that. Do you want to pay for a month? And answer that question in the chat. All right, or come up to the stage. Somebody listen. I need some folks to come up to the stage and talk to me this morning, and because what we're learning here is a ton. So let me ask you one more time. If you rent a car for a month and you turn it in after 2 weeks, do you want to pay a month's rent? What's your answer? All right. All right, I got online. I got online and said no. I got online saying no. How about on Clubhouse? All right. How about on Clubhouse? Anybody want to pay a month's worth of rent if they turn the car in after 2 weeks? Anybody? I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay because I'm not seeing any answers. So, folks, here's what we're talking about here. Watch this. Watch this. If we keep this loan for 30 years, if we keep this, all right, somebody finally said they don't want to pay all of a month's worth of rent. So listen, if you keep this loan for, let's say you get this loan for 1 month, okay? And somehow you fall into a bunch of money. Let's say somebody knocks on your door and your long lost uncle left you an inheritance of $5 million, and you just made your very first payment on this mortgage. Could you write a check to pay off the rest of the mortgage? And if you're watching this, folks, do you see these interest payments in column 2? If you make this first payment here, and now you want to write a check to pay off the mortgage, what would happen to all of these interest payments that the bank was looking for 30 years? What would happen to those payments if you paid off the loan in the same month you made your very first payment? What would happen to all those interest costs? You got it. They would go away. So the key here is, how do we pay back the loan so that we don't have to give the bank all of that interest money? So what we want to do is put yourself in the mindset that you can save interest on these loans, and it is easier at the higher interest rates. Look at this. I want to show you something here. Look at this loan. $332.09 goes to principal, while $1,822.92 goes to interest. Isn't that ridiculous? Who wants to pay that kind of interest? Nobody I know. So let's see what we can do here. All right. So when we make a mortgage payment, and $332 out of our mortgage payment goes to pay down the loan, but the bank gets $1,822.92. That's not even fair. But they've set this thing up on what's called an amortization schedule that was introduced to bankers in 1933. 1934. 1934 is when it came into being. That's when this got popularized, using an amortization schedule so banks can charge this kind of interest, but they're able to call it 6%. They're able to call it 6.25%. When in fact, when it's all said and done, if they keep this loan for 30 years, I need you to see this, it's really 121.658%. 121% of what you borrowed will be paid back in interest if you don't know how to read this thing. And I'm going to show you where the weakness lies in this system when you know how to read an amortization schedule. So when we subtract the $322.09 from principal, we're left with the principal balance on line 1 of $349,667.91. The bank uses this number to determine how much interest you will pay on line 2. Okay. And so because you owe less, you're going to pay less interest on line 2, which is $1,821.19, not $1,822. So it goes down, but not by very much. In fact, I need you to watch this. How long is it going to stay in the 1800s? You're going to be paying $1,800 every month on this thing. Watch this. For 1 year and 1 month. Then it goes into $1,700 payments every month in interest. I'm going to scroll down slowly. So $1,700 for 1 year, $1,700 payments for 2 years, $1,700 payments for 3 years, $1,700 payments for 4 years, $1,700 going into the fifth year at $1,700 a month interest that the bank is gathering. In fact, after 5 years, I need you to see this, folks. After 5 years, if we do it the bank's way, we will pay this loan down by $23,319.64. But look how much interest we will pay: $105,000. No, almost $106,000 just in 5 years. $105,980.96. Folks, we need to learn how to read this thing and how to take advantage of the higher interest rates, because we can mitigate, we can eliminate interest cost when we know what to do. Okay, don't focus on interest rate, focus on interest cost and what you could do about it. Here's what we're looking at, folks. We're going back to payment number one. Let's say we make payment number one in January. We made our payment number one in January, so our February principal payment would be $333.82. $333.82. And we don't have to wait till February to give the bank that money. If we had it, we could give that to the bank in January, and they would have to subtract $338.82 additional from what we owe without paying them any additional interest. And we're paid down to line 2 in just 1 month. In fact, line 2 has been eliminated. So we don't have to pay the interest on line 2. We have just eliminated one payment from our amortization schedule, because our payment for February is not on line 2 anymore, because we gave them $333.82 early. Our payment for February is actually on line 3 of the schedule. We just saved $1,821.19 in interest we never have to pay, because we chose the timing. We chose the timing, not let the bank dictate the timing. We chose the timing to give them the money in order to save on the interest. Listen, Kenyatta, we've got a few new people in the room. Let's invite them to see this online if they want to see this example.
Hi, new people. You do want to see these examples because you get the chance to see it in live and in color and out of your brain. So ice10kvideos.com. That's ice10kvideos with an s.com. It'll take you straight to YouTube, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this information.
Listen, folks, if you want to go to ice10kvideos.com, even on your phone, all right, if you're not planning to interact with us on Clubhouse, then you can interact with us in the chat, all right, when you go to YouTube. All right. So then what we want to do then is, if you want to interact with us on Clubhouse and see the examples, then go to ice10kvideos.com on a separate device, an iPad or tablet, your computer. Okay. And that's how we can do that. So, Ms. Felicia Johnson, I hope that you'll be able to see our examples here. So listen, folks, we're going back to the screen. We're going back to the screen right now to show you what's going on with this loan and why the higher interest rates are better. Start pinging some people in here, because we have a few more people in. We're up to 15. All right. 39 people have been through the room. We have 16 shares. So go ahead and share it some more if you should, if you like to, so that we can get more people in here to see what's going on. So listen, folks, what we just found out is that if we allow the bank to dictate the timing we give them money, they are going to charge us through the nose. But if you make your regular payment, and in this case, take $333.82 out of your bank account, that's making 0.1% interest, if that. and apply it to the mortgage principal in the same month you make a regular payment, this family will save $1,821.19. They never have to pay and eliminate one mortgage payment. So now they've just turned their 360 payment loan into 359 separate payments, monthly payments. Okay, so watch this. If we make a payment here in January and we give the bank the 330, let's give them the principal payments on line 2, line 3, and line 4, a little over $1,000, a little over $1,000. Okay, let's do that. Let's say we can prepay that. Look how much interest we eliminate. $1,800 here, $1,800 here, $1,800 here. All three of those interest payments are canceled, eliminated. You never have to pay them. Okay, you never have to pay that. And your next mortgage payment is actually on line 5 for February. That's how easy it is. Now, I want you to see one thing. I need you to zero in on something right now. This is how we're going to show you how the higher interest rate can be better than the lower interest rate, especially for real estate investors who are bringing in rent money. Okay, because if you do it right, the rent money you bring in is going to be more than the mortgage payment you are paying. Okay, the rent money you're bringing in is going to be more than the mortgage payment than you're paying. And so you're going to be making money on this. They call it cash flow. So you want to be cash flowing on this. So guess what's happening here? We're going to take a look at cumulative principal for 1 year and cumulative interest for 1 year. We're going to go down to line 12 and see $4,101.28 on here. That's cumulative principal for 1 year. Guess how much interest we're going to be paying for 1 year, folks? We got 11 people in here now. $21,758.84. Is anybody, even if you are making money on this deal, does anybody want to pay the bank $21,758 interest just to pay their loan down by $4,101.28? Does anybody want to do that? So here's what I'm asking you, folks. If by way of reason, if you have the money available, here's what I want to ask you. Is it necessary to pay this $4,101.28? Is it necessary to pay that over 12 months, 12 monthly payments? That's 12 $330 or $350 payments. Do you want to pay? Is it necessary to pay this $4,000 down the way the bank tells you to by using 12 monthly payments? Or is it possible to give this money to the bank all at once if you had it? Okay, so could you pay the bank $4,101.28 and be paid down to here in 1 month? In fact, let me go ahead and put that on the screen. All right, I'm going to put a calculator on the screen. We're starting out at $350,000. Okay, and we're paying this loan down by $4,101.28. And the amortization schedule says when we do that 1 year from now, we will owe $345,898.72 1 year from now if we pay this mortgage in 12 monthly installments. But if we give the bank the $4,101.28 on line 1 in 1 month, let's subtract it this way. So we're going to subtract $4,101.28 equals $345,898.72. That's the exact same thing on line 12 here on look at this and the principal balance. So if we do that, what happens to all the interest costs between line 2 and line 12? They are eliminated. So Here's here's the problem, folks. We're gaining equity, $4,000 worth of equity. But the bank's way, they want to charge us $21,000 for it. So, in other words, to move this mortgage from point A to point B in 1 year, the bank wants to charge you $21,758.84. Or if you give the money to the bank in 1 month, the $4,101.28 in 1 month, you could be paid down to line 12 on your amortization schedule in 1 month. And it won't cost you $21,758.84 to do it. It will only cost the interest cost on line one, $1,822.92. That is a savings right here on line 12. Because, when you on line 11, you don't have to know the math. You can just know the pictures. Doggone it. We would save $19,955.45. Folks, if you want to know more about this, if you want to know more about what we're doing, you need to go to my 10K card right up above our heads. Click on that and find where it says get a savings and earnings report. Get a savings and earnings report. All right. And once you get that savings and earnings report, guess what? You can now know the month, day, and year you could be debt free, usually within a 7 to 9 year window, and how much interest you could save. Once we give you that, then we will tell you what your investment will be for this lifetime program. And for the next 10 days, because you all have been following me on Clubhouse, and we're celebrating 10,000 followers, 10K followers, because we're celebrating 10K followers as an appreciation, as a gift back to you all. The next 10 clients that come on board will get $1,000 off this lifetime program. And let me tell you something about this. I'll give you one example. In fact, they were a speaker. This couple was a speaker at my event just a little over a month ago. And his name is Michael Rosenblum, Michael and Beth Rosenblum. All right. They came on right out of college in 2008, 6.5 years later, they had paid off their mortgage. 1 year after that, they had paid off all of their student loans. Okay. 7.5 years completely out of debt. Then what they did was they bought another home and put a renter in that current home. And then they paid that one off too. And now next year, they're going to be paying off their third home since 2008 with the same program, and they haven't paid a dime extra for it. They're going to keep using this thing. It's the gift that keeps on giving, folks, and they only paid for it one time. So what we're going to be doing is showing you how that you can do this yourself and have a technology and education to do it so that you can build a financial and real estate empire by cutting thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest out that you never have to pay. Take that money and invest it in developing generational wealth. You can do that with this program, and we're taking $1,000 off. So go to ICE10K, ICE10K.com, or I have on here ICE10K videos on my screen, or ICE10K.com. And then what you do is find where it says get a savings and earnings report and fill it out completely. And listen, it's important that you fill it out completely because we are inundated with requests because people want to get in, that they want to try to get the $1,000 off. We're getting flooded with requests that aren't filled out completely. We're going to eliminate those right off the bat. Okay, so fill it out completely. All right. And because what's happening is if we call you to verify the numbers, we're not going to verify the numbers on the phone. We're not going to fix it on the phone. We're going to say, send it back to us. And you go to the bottom of the queue. All right. Because every submission has to be verified. And if you want to get it verified the very first time, fill it out correctly the first time so you don't have to go to the bottom of the queue. Because on Monday, the 18th, the 10 days is over, and we're going to be giving away 10K in 10 days, and we've already given away one. Somebody took advantage of this yesterday, got everything done, went through the system, got everything verified, came on the program, and they're going to be out of debt in 4 years. And they got $1,000 off their program. And they're a real estate investor. So because they're a real estate investor, the what they did pay is tax deductible, and they'll never pay another dime to start saving hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest, and that interest that they save will be turned into millions of dollars of profit, all because they took advantage of getting $1,000 off. So, folks, I am so excited for everybody. Thank you for allowing this to happen. And listen, I want you to know that we're going to go back to the screen here and see what's happening here. I want to show you. We just showed you what would happen if we prepaid $4,000 at the higher interest rate. But I'm going to put another thing on the screen. Okay, we're going to go back here. We're going to duplicate this tab. Okay, we're duplicating the tab right there. And we're going to change the interest rate from 6.25 to 3.25. Now, here's what the experts are teaching right now. Get the mortgage at the higher interest rate. Get the mortgage at the higher interest rate. When the interest rates go down, refinance to the lower interest rate. Okay? And then you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Let me show you something about this $350,000 at 3.25. Okay? Number one, here's the new payment, but this is a 30-year. Look at that, 1523 as opposed to $2,155. So if you look at your payment on this, you would say the 3.5% is better if you look at the payment. Let's go down to where it says how much interest you're going to pay. Remember, that's over 30 years. Now we're going to compare two 30-year loans. Okay, $198,359.20. Okay, is the interest to be paid over 30 years, as opposed to $425,000. Now, if I look at two 30-year loans, guess which one I'm going to choose? The 3.25% interest rate. Of course, I'm going to choose the 3.25 over the 6.25 because I'm looking at 30-year numbers. But we don't want to keep it for 30 years. My average client pays it off in 7. So let's take a look at what's going on here. So let's take a look at the principal payment now. I need you to zero in on this. This is where it's key. This is what the people who own the bank understand, but the people who work in the bank don't understand. And this is what I need everybody on the planet to know, so they'll stop calling Kenyatta, are you in the room? My goodness.
I am.
And we got Credit Goddess in the room. Will you put a mob badge on her, please? So listen, I need people, and you all are hearing this. You all are hearing this. All right. All right. We are hearing it. What we're doing is this. We're trying to let people know that as you're hearing it on Clubhouse or anywhere else you're hearing it, they're saying that the lower interest rates are the better ones. Kenyatta, is that what you're hearing when you listen to people talk on Clubhouse?
Everywhere I go, just had a conversation last night at an event.
Okay. What about you, Credit Goddess?
Yep.
Okay. Now, and the reason why I'm hitting this thing so hard, folks, is because people who have actually been to my conference and heard me speak are still saying the same things. Now, why are they working against me? Absolutely not. We just get in a habit that we've been doing this forever, and the habits are hard to break. But when you remind them, they'll say, doggone it, I remember you saying that. But I just get in the habit of, in fact, it's part of my course. So let me show you what's going on here, folks. All right. And then I want to hear from Kenyatta about her conversation. All right. So now at the higher interest rate, look at the principal payment. We attack the loan with the principal payments, folks. We attack the loans with the principal payments. And this is at the higher interest rate. So $4,100 takes out about 12 payments you never have to pay, because see, we want to choose when we give the bank money to save time and save interest. We want to choose when we give the bank the money. We don't want the bank to tell us what to do. All right, Kenyatta, we got some new people in the room. Let's invite them to see what we have, because they want to see it too.
Hi, new people. Go ahead and go to ice10kvideos.com. That's ice10kvideos with an S.com, so you can see these examples. While you there, do us a solid by commenting, liking, subscribing, but most importantly, sharing the information. We want this to get out to everyone.
All right, my engineer just told me that we're scrolling ice10kreport.com, ice10kreport.com. That will take you there too. That's what we're scrolling. So we're giving you several options to get there, folks. We're giving you several options so you don't miss this opportunity to take advantage of 10K in 10 days. 10K in 10 days. In fact, I need to stop saying 10K because one of them is already gone. But I'm gonna keep saying it's 10K and 10K in 10 days sounds better than 9K. What do you say, Sean? Are you still in the building? 10K in 10 days, folks. That's what this is all about. So listen, I want to show you what happens when we understand the weakness in the bank's system. $4,000 prepaid. I am not telling people how the P.I.L.L method works. I want to make this very clear that the information you get in when I go live, the information you're getting when we are presenting in Clubhouse or on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn. Okay, the information we're giving here is basic information. Some people are taking this information and then trying to implement it, but I can't. There's no way I can give you every step because our computers do so much work. Our computers do the work. And some people are trying to take this information and get the same results. They're getting some results, some actually getting in trouble. And then they call us and say, what's going on here? And I said, well, I'm trying to tell you that we're only giving you the basics of what's going on. We can't give you everything because time will not permit. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of calculations that go on to tell you exactly how much money to move, what month to move it in, what day of the month to move it on, and which loan to attack. Thousands of calculations happen for our computer system to tell you that. I can't beat a computer calculating. So I'm just giving you the basics of what the computer is using, and then we're able to get better results because the computer tells us what to do. So folks, don't try this on your own. Get help. Get a consultation. Learn how to do it right. So Miss Credit Goddess, are you in the room?
I am.
So what's it? Can you tell us about, is it possible for people to level up their own credit without help and to do this? But is it better to get professional help? Tell us about what you do.
Yes. To answer that question, yes, you can do it on your own. You can. Just like you can do everything else on your own. But if you want it to be done right, like Don said, if you want it to be done right and you want to save time, you can either pay someone for a service or you can get coached. I offer both. If you need coaching, if you need guidance, and you willing to do it yourself, to protect your information, because the credit is sensible information, sensitive information. You don't want to just give it out to anyone. I understand that some people are very protective of that because of past traumas or past experiences or whatever the case is. I don't mind that. If you still need the assistance, if you're tired of just trying to figure it out yourself, I'm here to guide you. That is the detailed credit analysis that I do offer. If you just want to know exactly what it is that you need to do, exactly what it is that you need to do instead of trying to figure it out, this will save you time and it will save you money. So that's what I do. My name is Rosalora Lewis, also known as Credit Goddess. I'm all things credit and the official credit expert for the P.I.L.L Method crew here. I'm a credit score improvement strategist. So not only do I help you repair, but I also help you rebuild. Rebuild your credibility so that way you can gain access to other people's money for personal reasons, business reasons, whatever the reason. Credit is the key to accessing other people's money. So definitely tap in with me. The numbers in my bio is 888-557-5778. Send your name and email address there. A link will pop up where you can book your consultation. Thank you, Don. Happy Friday, everybody.
And thank you, Kenyatta. Thank you, Credit Goddess. I appreciate you. So, folks,
Happy Friday.
All right, we're getting some new people into the room. If they want to see this example, I'm getting ready to close out in this first example of why the higher interest rates are better than the lower ones. All right, so let's go ahead and get the people in. Go ahead and tell them how they can see this example, Ms. Kenyatta.
Go to ICE10K videos with an S.com. It'll let you straight to YouTube where you can like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, share. Please share this information.
All right, folks, we have just shown you that we attack these loans with the principal payment. At the higher interest rate, the principal payments are less. They are smaller. The principal payments are smaller at the higher interest rates, and we use the principal payments to attack the loan when we choose the timing and we don't let the bank choose the timing. So on the 6.25% on $350,000, the principal payment start out at $333. Let's look at what happens when you lower the interest rate. Oh my goodness. When you lower the interest rate, the principal payment goes from 333 to 576. So if you're trying to accelerate the payoff on this loan, if you try to accelerate it, so you want to have it done in 7 years as opposed to 30 years, now to eliminate one payment, you have to come up with $576.86 of a principal payment to get rid of one line. Did anybody know that? Did you know how the bank is bamboozling us? Now, I'm not anti-bank. What I'm just trying to tell you is that we have not been educated on this so that we believe that the lower interest rates are the better ones. And even the experts are saying it, but the experts have not even been taught how to read an amortization schedule. We want to eliminate that so this information can get out, and I need your help. Share the room. Share the room. Get it out into the hallway because people need to know this. Do you realize that the major factor for people not being able to build generational wealth is not financial mismanagement? The major factor is that we are following the advice of so-called experts, and we end up spending our children's inheritance on interest. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest we don't need to pay. And that extra money that we're paying in interest cannot be invested to build compound interest so that we can build generational wealth. It's called opportunity cost. We are taking money unnecessarily so and paying interest with it when we could be taking that money and building wealth with it. So folks, if you want to take your interest money and build wealth with it, I need you to put number 9s in the chat. I need you to kind of pump this room up like Flame does when he's here. All right. So if you want to do that, if you want to take interest money and invest that interest money so you can build generational wealth, so that you can build compound interest instead of giving it to the bank so that they can build their wealth, go ahead, put number 9s in the chat if you want to be able to do this for yourself. Go ahead, put number 9s in the chat. I'm telling you, we want you to know this so that you can build wealth. Stop giving it to the banks. Stop giving it to the banks. All right, so here's what we're going to do, folks. So we're looking at this, and remember, I said if you put around $4,000 on the other loan, you knock off a year's worth of payments at the higher interest rate. I need you to take a look at cumulative principal here. I need you to take a look at it, cumulative principal, and if we go down to about $4,000, it only takes off 7 payments. If you go to $4,600, it only takes off 8 payments at the lower interest rate. And bankers know, the people who own the bank know this, not the people who work in the bank. If you are a loan officer and you're here right now, you can help your clients pay the loans off faster and cheaper. But Kenyatta, if you help your client pay off a loan faster and cheaper, does that hurt your commission?
It improves it. It makes them know that I'm the authority in the space. It makes them understand that I'm with them for the whole journey. They're more likely to do another loan with me and quicker.
So your commission is based on the loan itself, not how long they keep it.
Absolutely, thank God.
Wait a minute. So wait a minute. If they keep the loan for 30 years, you're going to make the same commission.
Absolutely.
If they keep the loan for 2 days, you're going to make the same commission.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is, if they can get done like my couple I told about in the beginning, if they can pay off that loan in 6.5 years, put a renter in there, and then go get another loan, they're more likely to come back to where to get their next loan.
Me. And it behooves me to let them know, because again, it just makes them understand that I'm with them for the whole journey. They have a friend now that they trust to, guide them in the right direction. And guess what, you guys? It's quicker. In other words, they would have had to wait 30 years to participate and be have an investment property, whereas 7, 10 years, sometimes even, sooner than that, they could come out of that loan into another one.
Listen, folks, I want to show you something else when it comes to these higher interest rates. Let's just say that the folks have, listen, I want to control how much I pay with a larger down payment than need be. Okay. Some of these loans, you have to have a minimum down payment, but some folks are trying to put more down. Kenyatta, are you seeing this where people want to put more down payment because they've been told that the more I put as a down payment, I'll save an interest? Are you seeing that?
I'm seeing that, and I chuckle so hard because of the P.I.L.L method.
Okay, so here's what we're doing, folks. Let me show you something that on this, if they put 350,000, they have $350,000 down. They want to put $50,000 as a down payment on this loan so they have a payment for $300,000 for 30 years. That's what they're doing. I want a 300,000. If I'm going to have a loan for 30 years, let me have it for $300,000 because I have the extra $50,000 now. Let me show you what happens when we say no, get the $350,000. And if you want to, if you're hell bent on putting $50,000 down on this loan, get the loan first and then add $50,000 to your first payment. That's called a prepayment instead of a down payment. Oh my goodness, folks, you need to get some folks in here right now so that they can see this. All right, and start sharing this out in the hallway. We got 17 shares right now. Okay, we got 17 shares right now. So watch this, folks. Instead of putting $350,000 to putting $50,000 down to get a $300,000 loan, let's do this. Because remember, if you put it as a down payment, you're going to start out at payment number one at $300,000. Payment number one. What would happen if we got payment number one, made it, and then gave our $50,000 on top of our first payment? Look what happens. I'm scrolling down. I'm going to show you. Look, we need to look at cumulative principal here, because if we put the $50,000 down, it shows up in this category. It shows up in this column, $50,000 as a prepayment. All right. So we give them $50,000. Look what happens. $50,000. I'm scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down. We're at $23,000. Listen, we're at $23,000, and that takes 5 years off. Oh, we'll keep going. $50,000. Okay, we're at $40,000. It takes 7-8 years off. All right, $50,000. Look here, 112 payments off, and we're at the $300,000 range right now. Look at that. Okay, we're at the $300,000 range, but we're on payment number 110 instead. Let me put the calculator on the screen to prove that. Okay. So if we are here, all right. So let me clear this out. Okay. So do you want to put $50,000 down? All right. Or do you want to do a $50,000 down payment and start out at payment number 112? We're going to take 112 payments off. Okay. So we're going to do 112, and we're going to divide it by 12. That gives us 9.3 years. So folks, we've just basically turned a 30-year loan. Because if we put our $50,000 down as a down payment, we get a 30-year loan for $300,000. Or we can get a $350,000 loan for 30 years, give the $50,000 of line one, and take off 9.3 years. We essentially turn a 30-year loan into a 21-year loan with the same money. Oh my gosh, I can't stand it. Are you all hearing that? 350. It's the same loan. It's the same money. $50,000 prepaid, $50,000 down paid. $50,000 prepaid does this to the loan. Look at this. If we put $50,000 down on here, I need to show you. If you can't see it, I'll tell you. You're going to save $191,034.41 by taking the $50,000 and using it as a prepayment instead of a down payment. Don't let people continue to fool you on this matter, because our education, our financial education, is faulty. This is where we're trying to straighten it out, and your help to get it out there So, folks, to make this abundantly clear, go to ice10kvideos.com. Click on the live if you want to see this. Also, um, um, subscribe and share these videos out. You could do that. You could share this out so people can know. Also, if you want to save money, if you want to do this for yourself, let our opportunity cost calculator come in and show you the benefit of paying off the mortgage faster and cheaper. All right. And not listen to the old paradigm, the old financial education, and take on the new financial education where we're looking at interest cost instead of interest rate, how we're mitigating interest cost by you dictate the timing on which you give the bank money instead of the bank dictating the time in which you give them money, and you can do a masterful job. Now let me show you. So go to ice10k live, ice10k.com. All right, or click on here, and if you're going on Clubhouse, we're gonna. I'm sorry, I get so excited. I get so excited. Slow down, Don. Slow down. Let me slow down. I want to make sure you get this. All right. If you're online watching us, you'll be able to see it's ICE 10K reports, ICE 10K reports, and then get your savings and earnings report. Once you get your savings and earnings report, then you're able to know the month, day, and year you could be debt free and how much interest you could save. But follow all of the directions and fill the report out completely so that you could be eligible for the 10K in 10 days. We're giving away $1,000 in over the next 10 days. We're taking $1,000 off our program so that you can have it for $1,000 less to start saving over $150,000. So to get that, here's your coupon code. Here's your coupon code. ICE 10K. ICE 10K is your coupon code. So when you go here, make sure that you're putting in your coupon code ICE 10K. When you go into your to your financial the financial document that we want you to fill out. Okay, when you fill that out, and we're going to ask you, how did you learn about the P.I.L.L method? You're going to go to other and put in your coupon code. Click on other, and you're able to write it in. Write in ICE 10K, and you will be eligible for the $1,000 off of the program. You have to have at least one mortgage, between one mortgage and 10. You have to have at least one mortgage and 10 mortgages. So anywhere in between, okay? 1 to 10. And you are eligible for this, but don't forget to put down ICE 10K as your coupon code when you're filling out your financial form. All right. So now let me tell you about somebody else who's taken advantage of this. You are in the P.I.L.L Method Club, and this is how to pay off mortgages in 7 years. But our new title for the next few days is the 10K giveaway, the 10K giveaway that we just talked about. And remember, your coupon code is ICE 10K. All right. Now, we just had a brand new celebrity endorsement. If you are new to the room and you want to see what E.T., the hip hop preacher, had to say about this program, if you want to hear it, stay on Clubhouse. But if you want to see the video, go to ice10kvideos.com so that you'll be able to see what's going on. Remember, you are in the P.I.L.L Method Club. Go ahead and hit that greenhouse at the top. Follow your moderators and then click on always so that you'll be notified whenever we're doing anything, sharing this valuable information. Let's hear what Dr. Eric Thomas had to say about the P.I.L.L method.
Listen to me, y'all. but one of his mentees took us through one of their programs, and I paid off my mortgage. But guess what happened? My marriage went to a whole nother level. And you know why? Because my wife is a security freak. And even when I blew up, my wife would be like, oh, you blew up, but how long is you gonna keep making this kind of money? I was like, I don't know, forever. She's like, you sure? Because I'm gonna keep my license as a nurse just in case you don't. So when I paid the house off, my boy was like, you ain't gotta do that, you can do this. But when I paid the house off using that program, it took the stress level all the way down from my wife because we no longer had a mortgage. Does that make sense? That thing that was coming every month, that was getting on her nerves, we didn't have that no more. And so she was at rest.
There we go, folks. There we go. The number one motivational speaker in the entire world uses the P.I.L.L method to pay off his mortgage, only because it makes sense to get a mortgage and pay a lot less interest as opposed to paying for his house cash, which he could easily do. But he would have to take his money out of an investment where he's making a lot of money on his investments. But we're showing people how they can borrow money at an effective interest rate at 1% or less. When we calculate how much interest you're going to save, and then we do the additional calculation to come up with your effective interest rate, what would the interest rate have to be to pay this little amount of interest? It comes out generally less than 1%. Oh my goodness. So if you really want to, if you want a real interest rate, then you want an effective interest rate, not the one that the bank is giving you, because that's a lie. That's a lie all the way around. And we all have bought into it. I was in that. I bought into it. I'm trying to listen. Before I started this 16 years ago, you know how many times I refinanced before I found out? Please. Expect, what, and let me tell you about refinancing just for a quick second. After Coffee Brown, are you in the building? Can you talk to us?
Hey, Don, good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you doing?
Doing exceptional. What's going on, Don?
Listen, man, listen, Coffee. I'm giving away $10,000 in 10 days. I'm taking $1,000 off my program. Somebody already took advantage of the program yesterday, got on the program in one day, filled out
Wait, hold on. Did you say you're taking off a whole G?
I'm taking off a whole G.
I'm going on mute, Don.
Listen, Coffee. Come on now. Don't go on mute. Listen. It's for a good reason. It's for a good mute.
Don, that is priceless. If anybody in this room, if they don't want to do it, they can actually gift that to somebody. You talk about something that is life transformative. I share with people all the time, Don. If it's something that you're not interested in, that's fine. But there's somebody in your network that needs this type of information to be able to access what you have in this program. This is priceless and invaluable. So guys, if you're in the order, take advantage of this opportunity. That is priceless. $1,000 off. Oh my God, Don. Okay. It's too early, Don. It's too early.
Okay. Listen, we went over on our last show on Wednesday. This is when I went over 10K followers. Okay. And so I said, when we go over 10K followers, I was going to have something special. And this is what it is. 10K followers. Now we're going to give away 10K in 10 days. And one person has already taken advantage of it already. Now we are already getting flooded with requests to get their savings and earnings report. Some of them have not been filled out completely. And so we're going to send those back, but you don't come back into the queue at the same place. So if we got to send it back and you have to fill it out again, and then all 10 of the, all the $1,000, all 10 of the $1,000 gifts are gone, you missed it. You missed it. So fill it out right the first time, fill it out completely, and then we can then get you into a consultation, and then you can take advantage of the $1,000 off. Don't forget your coupon code, though. Don't forget your coupon code, ICE 10K. ICE, standing for Interest Cancellation Expert, ICE 10K, and you're going to put that into where we ask for how did you hear about us? All right. Did you hear about us on TV? Did you hear about us on Facebook? Did you hear about us on Clubhouse? Don't choose any of those. Go to other and type it in. Then you're able to type in ICE 10K. We know that's you, that you heard it here, because we're only offering it here and online. The general public, all right, if they're finding us any other way, they won't be able to take advantage of this. Only you that are in this presentation here on Clubhouse or watching us online can take advantage of that. Miss Coffee Brown, will you tell us who you are and how fabulous you are, please?
You know what, Don? First of all, thank you for the compliment of the fabulous ministry. So my name is Coach P. Coffee Brown. I'm a certified master life coach with the John Maxwell Method, and I am always honored and excited to be here. I am an international 8-time best-selling publishing house and also a boutique owner. Anything else you want to find out about me, if you want to connect, collaborate, and get to more acquainted with me, go to coffee10k.com and connect with me from there. Everything you need to know about us is there. Thank you so much, Don, for having me. I give the mic back to you.
All right, folks, we're going to be popping up throughout the day. All right. And I've been told that we need to be on at night as well. So we're going to be popping up through the day. We're going to be doing some night rooms. We want to make sure that this information gets out so that people can take advantage of the 10K in 10 days. I want to take you back to the screen, and so that we can see some additional information on why people should be careful about refinancing their loans. Be careful. Now, if you're a real estate investor and you want to cash out refi, okay? If you want to cash out refi, that means take cash out so that you can take that cash out, take your equity out and reinvest it. This is good stuff. All right. But if you're residential, if you're trying to get a refinance to put yourself in a better financial position on your current loan to pay off the house faster, okay, folks, it doesn't work. You don't refi to save money. Refining costs you money. Let me show you just one way that it costs you money. In fact, I wish I had time to go over all 7 ways that refinancing makes the bank money. But here's one. Here's $350,000. Okay. And after, and that's 6.25. All right. And usually people refinance after 5 to 7 years. So we're going to go down to 7 years. And in 7 years, this loan is paid off by $28,920.88. $28,920. And this couple has paid $126,000 in interest already. And as soon as they reach this point, the amount of money that is transferred on each payment that goes from paying a little more principal and a little less interest starts to pick up steam. So if you can see here, we go from 482 to 485 to 487 to 490. So the amount of money that's going to principal starts to pick up after 7 years. And the amount that is reduced from interest starts to go down faster. Okay. So when you're in a loan for 7 years, you're going to get flooded. If you're in a mortgage for 7, you're going to get flooded with offers to refi. Now, how many of you who have ever rented, your rent has gone down over the last 5 to 7 years? Anybody with rent going down? Have you ever heard of it? that the landlord is going to call you in 7 years and say, you know, that rent you've been paying me for 7 years, it's about to go down. I'm going to give you a better deal. Anybody ever heard of that? All right. Oh man. Anybody ever heard of that? Oh my goodness. Listen, folks, here's what's going on. The bank knows that if landlords do not lower the rent, why are bankers trying to lower our payment? Okay. Why are bankers trying to lower our payment? Because they'll lower the payment so they can make more in interest later. Oh, why else would they do it? Right? That's what they're in business for. They're in business to make money, not less money. Let me show you something here. So if you're offered this loan. So if you're down here to 72 months, now you're at $321,000. All right, we're going to copy that. This is how much you owe now. And we're going to duplicate this tab. We're going to put in this much money that we owe. Okay, because we're paid down to that much. All right. And now we're going to lower this to 3.25. But generally, we get a brand new 30-year loan. Okay. So now we only owe $321,079.12. But guess what? There are closing costs on this, and they're usually around $10,000. But it doesn't change the payment by very much. Let me show you. If we take the $321.79.12 by 3.25, let me show you what that payment is. That payment is $1397.36. $1397.36. But when we change this by $10,000, okay, this is why your banker will never ask you to pay the $10,000 up front, because we go from $1397, watch this, by rolling in the fee to the mortgage, we go from $1397 to only $1401. So why pay it out of pocket? They say, why pay it out of pocket? Because you go from $1397 to $1401, and we roll it in, and you're getting it. Now you're getting that money at 3.25%. That's what we're told. But that's a lie. It's not true. Let me show you what's happening when you roll the fee into the loan. Now you have to get back to where you were at 321,000. You 300 okay, wait a second. Did I do that right? I don't think I did that right. Let me do this again. I was talking too fast. Let me paste that in here. Okay, $321,000. Okay, all right. And let me take this payment out. Okay, let me show this again because I did it too fast. I'm getting messages that you did that too fast, Don. 321,000. Here's the payment, 1397.36. If we add 10,000 to this, it would be $331,000. $331,000. So we're going to change that to 330. Okay, 331,000 now. To get back down to 321,000, we have to pay the $10,000 off first. So our payment at 321,000 is 1397. So when we change this from 1397, it goes to 1440. All right, that looks better. 1440, 1397 for 1440. So it's like $43 more. $43 more. That way you don't have to take the $10,000 out of your pocket. You just roll it into the loan. It's just a few dollars more. Okay. So let's put the $10,000 on there because at 3.25%. Now we have to pay off the first $10,000 to get back down to our $321,000. All right. So I need you to watch this, folks. Be careful. Be careful. Watch this. I'm going down to our cumulative principal. And in the first year, while we're trying to pay off the $10,000 we rolled into the loan, we only pay off $6,628 of the fee in the first year. That's just the fee. That's the closing costs. And you've already paid $10,600 on the loan for the closing costs. You see, when you roll it into the mortgage, you're rolling a loan within the loan, a loan within the loan. So now you pay off the first $6,600. It costs you $10,000 to do it. So we're trying to get back down to our $121,000 we had before we refinanced, before we paid the bank, already paid the bank over $125,000 in interest. And so now we finally pay back the $10,000. It takes 18 months at 3.25%, 18 months to pay off $10,000. And look how much interest, $15,991.31. Folks, this refinance didn't cost $10,000. It cost almost $26,000 just to pay off a $10,000 loan in 18 months. Is there any other circumstance? If your credit union said, hey, we want to give you this, we want to give you a loan. All right, here's a sale. We've got a sale going on. $10,000 loan, 18 months, and all we're going to charge you is $15,991.31 interest on that $10,000 loan. Would you ever sign up for that loan? People who refinanced did exactly this. If you borrow $10,000 and pay back $10,000 in interest, that interest rate is 100% all day long. If you pay back $15,000 interest on a $10,000 loan, that's 150%. This is how the banks get people with perfect credit to pay more in interest than payday loans. They're paying more in interest than payday loans, people with perfect credit, all because of refinancing to get a lower interest rate. Now, here's what I want to tell those. So, Kenyatta, here's what we want to tell people who are refinancing to get money out. Okay? All right? Cash refi. Kenyatta, do you do those loans? So cash.
Yes, I do.
Cash.
I love them. Yes, I do.
Okay, why do you love them so much?
I love them because it enables my client to be able to pick up more property and use the equity and, position them in a better light. As a matter of fact, Don, I like them for myself as an investor. I just did a cash out with my latest investment. And I picked that property up for $1,000, built up the equity a little bit, and was able to get out more than what I actually paid for it.
Ooh, wee. So listen, I'm just asking a question here, Kenyatta. I'm not trying to get personal, but is that property in an LLC?
Yes, it is.
Uh-oh.
Yes, it is.
You know where I'm going, right?
Yes.
So you do loans, but you can't do a loan for yourself personally, but can you do a loan for an LLC?
All day, every day.
Even if it's yours?
Even if it's mine, especially when it's mine.
So you telling me not only did you cash out refi to buy more property, you did the loan for your LLC and got paid?
Yes.
Okay, watch out, folks. Watch this. So if you're talking about becoming, if you want to know how you could become a business purpose lender, oh my gosh, there's plenty of information out there so you can become a business purpose lender, and you don't need a license to do it. Oh my gosh, I know because I took the course. Okay, here's what we're talking about, folks. Now, what if now there's closing costs even for real estate investors? What I recommend is still don't pay the money up front. Roll it into the loan. Roll the fee into the loan. But Don, you just showed us if we roll the fee into the loan, we're going to pay 150% interest. Not really. What if you roll the fee into the loan and you pay the fee off in the first month? You knock off 18 payments off of there that you never have to make. Kenyatta, can you tell your clients that? Oh my gosh.
I do.
Oh my goodness. Listen, this gets better and better and better. If you're going to take cash out so that you can invest into your property, some things you just don't want to do. Don't get less than a 30-year loan. Get a 30-year loan or better. Okay. Not only that, but when you get your closing costs, roll it into the loan and pay it off the first month. Don't.
Don, I know someone out there.
Yes.
Someone is thinking, okay, but what about a 15-year mortgage? Even though you just went over all these examples, they probably are thinking, but a 15-year mortgage, that's good enough for me. What would you say to that?
I'm just talking to my wife. Met somebody in the store the other day, and they know that I do this. Okay, they know that I'm an interest cancellation expert. Right? I get, so she tells them, you need to talk to my husband, because when they moved to Huntsville, they insisted on a 15-year mortgage. All right. Let me put this on the line. Let me show you what's going on here. Okay. So we're going to do 300,000. Okay. We're going to do 300,000. Okay. And the interest rates right now are hovering around 6%. So we'll leave it there. Okay. 300,000. Okay. Here's the payment. 1798.65. All right. 1798.65. And now we're going to do the same mortgage. We're going to do the same mortgage for 180 months. I need you all to see this. I need you all to see this. On a 15-year mortgage, here is the payment. $2,531.57. Okay? Kenyatta, is this $2,531.57? Is this money used to pay down the loan? All right. Is this their payment?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. And then the bank is going to use that payment, and some is going to go to interest and some is going to go to principal, correct? All right.
More to interest, but yes, correct.
All right. So here's what we're talking about, folks. Let me show you. Here's the difference. Here is the 6% a mortgage at 360 payments is $1,798. So Kenyatta, do I have to have a 15-year mortgage to make the payment of $2,531.57?
No, you do not.
You mean I could make the same payment if I have a 30-year mortgage?
You could.
All I need to know is what the 15-year payment is. You folks, you don't need to have permission. You don't need permission to make the 15-year payment. You don't have to have a 15-year mortgage to make the 15-year payment.
What if they're scared about prepayment penalties? What if they're scared that the banker is going to say, no, I don't want to hear it anymore?
Can't happen. It's part of your contract. It's in the contract. It's in the contract. Your contract says you have the right to prepay principal. You have that right. Generally, you only get, in the United States, you only get prepayment penalties on commercial loans. And I didn't even know how to beat those. Okay. Pay the prepayment penalty because the penalty is cheaper than the interest that you would pay. So listen, I showed one client. I showed one client how to save $100,000 in Canada because they have prepayment penalties all the time. So how to save $100,000. You know what the prepayment penalty was on that $100,000 savings?
What was it?
$1,200. The penalty was $1,200 in order for them to save $100,000 in interest. We did it on the bank's calculator. We put the stuff into the bank's calculator to help them to calculate what the prepayment penalty was. Their problem was before there was no one to help them to calculate what their interest savings would be. Therefore, they were afraid of the $1,200 because that's all they could see. But when we showed them they could save $100,000, but cost them $1,200, they said, "Oh man, I take that trade any day." Okay, so now, folks, back to what you're seeing on the screen. Back to what you're seeing on the screen. Okay, because we got just a few minutes left. We've got 253157 right there. 253157. Now, here's what happens when you get a 15-year mortgage. What if things get a little tight because you signed a 15-year mortgage? You are stuck with this payment. Correct, Kenyatta?
Correct.
But if I have the other mortgage where my regular payment is $1,798.65, but I even got used to paying $2531.57, if things get tight, if I have a 30-year mortgage, can I drop back to my minimum payment of $1,798.65? Can I do that?
Yes, you can.
Then why would I ever get a 15-year mortgage? Why would I ever get it? It doesn't pay. Why would I ever get it?
I hope you guys are getting this. I hope you guys are getting this because this is so like timely. This is going to help us beat what's happening in the market today.
So, folks, we're just about done here. We're just about done. We want to, I wanted to make sure that we have, well, I'm going to be coming back a little later today and putting this information out, going over some other information, but making sure that we get everybody an opportunity, all right? Because some people are working, all right? And we want to make sure that we can talk to the people who get off on third shift. We want to get people who are going to work, later in the day. We want to come up there and talk to the people in the afternoon and people at night. We want them to take advantage of 10K in 10 days. All right. I'm going to go over the rules one more time, and then we're going to allow the moderators to do an outro. But before we do that, does anybody have any questions on the information we just went over? All right, either online or on Clubhouse. If you got a question, go ahead and raise your hand and we'll let you come up to ask your question. And if I don't see any hands, we're going to continue on. So, folks, here's what we're doing. If you want to know more about what we're doing, how this all comes together, then get a savings and earnings report. Get a savings and earnings report. How do you get a savings and earnings report? Click on the link above our heads or go to ice10k.com. Or if you're watching this online, we're actually scrolling it on the screen, ice10kreports.com. Either with an S or without, it doesn't matter. We've got it both ways, ice10k report or ice10k reports. Then when you're filling out the form, follow all of the directions so that you can get into the financial form. And the one direction that keeps slipping people up is they're not reading direction right above where you put in your cell phone number, because we want to send you a code as a text. We're going to text you a code that you can plug in to the website. Okay. So read all of the directions, get into the financial form, fill the financial form out completely the first time so that when you're in the queue, you can still take advantage of the $1,000 off. And here's your coupon code, ICE10K. Your coupon code is ICE10K. Put it all in, and the first 10 people that qualify And how do you qualify? You have to have at least one mortgage, between one mortgage and 10. Anywhere in between. But you have to have at least one mortgage, but no more than 10 mortgages for this offer. Okay? And when we figure everything else out, we will take $1,000 off our regular fee for that particular program. And we're going to be doing 10K in 10 days. So one person has already taken advantage of it. We have $9,000 left to give away. So and it ends on the 18th. I think that's all of the rules. All right. So listen, if you're on Clubhouse and you are available, if you're a moderator and you're available to do an outro, will you flash your mic for us, please? Okay. And it looks like everybody else is busy right now. All right. So, Miss Kenyatta, if you would go ahead and do an outro. Oh, and Credit Goddess is available too. Credit God, we're going to let Credit Goddess go first so that you can go last, Kenyatta. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Credit Goddess, do your outro, please.
Yes, yes, yes. Hey, everyone. My name is Rosalora Lewis, also known as Credit Goddess, all things credit, and the official credit expert here at P.I.L.L Method Crew. If anyone is interested in my services, whether it's personal credit, business credit, definitely tap in with me. The link is in my bio. Send your name and email address to 888-557-5778. A link will be offered to you where you can book your consultation, whether it's free or paid. Definitely tap in with me so we can get you started in accessing other people's money with good credit. Thank you so much for hosting this room. As always, um, Kenyatta, good seeing you, 10K, and everyone else. Thank you for being here. See you guys on Sunday.
Kenyatta, listen, I want to thank you for being here. You're faithful. I mean, and you giving such good advice to your clients. Not only do an outro, but tell people how important it is and how groundbreaking this information is for your clients and how they are appreciating it.
Absolutely. As always, we appreciate your presence and pray that we've earned the privilege of your time. Everyone, my name is Kenyatta. You can find me at kenyatta10k.com. That's KENYATTA 10k.com. And I'm very passionate about helping you get started with building your portfolio. I want you to understand what the wealthy know. That's why a lot of people park their money in real estate. And guess what? I got the money for you. You don't have to think about it, stress about it. Contact me and we'll strategize. This is groundbreaking for me and my clients because I am able to help them see the bigger picture. Whereas most investors are only savvy at doing 1031 exchanges, avoiding capital gain tax, and things like that. It's all about the tax. They are blindsided to how much the interest is affecting their bottom line. And because I pride myself on getting my clients the best return on investment, which is ROI, I make sure that this is a part of step one. They usually are blown away after I tell them and debunk all the things that they previously thought about structuring their deals. And they come to me first. At that point, they're going to come to me first because they understand that I have the element that they're missing. And it's been very, very influential in me growing my business.
Miss Kenyatta, how can they get a hold of you?
Again, you can go to kenyatta10k.com. If you are under the sound of my voice, you can write down my 1-800 number. It's 1-800-778-9640. Extension 100. We can actually have a discovery call and put together a plan in 15 minutes or less. And if you want an hour, it's usually $1,000. But because you mentioned that we're in the P.I.L.L method and he's doing the 10K giveaway, I'll match his energy and waive that consultation fee.
Oh, wow. Come on now. Folks, listen, you're going to get your consultation fee waived and then when you get the loan, you can get the P.I.L.L method program and get another $1,000 off. and then listen, cut your interest cost by 75%, pay off the loan early or cash out refi 10 years sooner, make all kinds of money and take the interest money you didn't pay and invest that too. Listen, this is great all the way around. My name is Don Daniel, founder of P.I.L.L Method International, a better way to eliminate debt. We've been doing this for 16 years, telling people how they've been paying 75% more interest for the last 88 years. Yes, it's the paying and amortized interest is 88 years old this year. And we're telling you all the secrets. We're giving you all the juice about how not to pay that interest. But guess what? You don't have to save on interest. You don't have to refinance. You don't need more money. You don't need to even sacrifice lifestyle. What you need to handle your debt better and faster and cheaper is to pay less interest. And we show you how. If you want to know more about this, go to and get a savings and earnings report. Get the savings and earnings report, and then you're able to not only pay off all of your debt in 7 to 9 years, you're able to save interest, and we're going to show you how to invest that interest. We're also going to take $1,000 off our lifetime program for you. We want you to hear the last thing, folks. We're going to hear from Dr. Eric Thomas, and we're going to shut things down. We'll be back here on Sunday. Thank you for coming out, everybody. Take advantage of 10K in 10 days. Dr. Eric Thomas, what do you have to say?
Listen to me, y'all. But one of his mentees took us through one of their programs, and I paid off my mortgage. But guess what happened? My marriage went to a whole nother level. And you know why? Because my wife is a security freak. And even when I blew up, my wife would be like, oh, you blew up, but how long is you gonna keep making this kind of money? I was like, I don't know, forever. She's like, you sure? Because I'm gonna keep my license as a nurse just in case you don't. So when I paid the house off, my boy was like, you ain't gotta do that, you can do this. But when I paid the house off using that program, it took the stress level all the way down from my wife because we no longer had a mortgage. Does that make sense? That thing that was coming every month, that was getting on her nerves, we didn't have that no more. And so she was at rest.